Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Produce Buzzers podcast. We are so happy you have joined us today, and I think you will be too after the show is over, because you will learn a lot about fresh fruits and vegetables, how to select and store them, how to prepare and cook them, and surprising facts about their history and origin. We hope it inspires you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, not only for your health, but also for your delight and pleasure as you explore their amazing world of taste and delicious flavors. Eating more of them will transform your life in so many positive ways. So settle back, relax, and get ready for another delicious adventure with the Produce Buzzers. Greetings and welcome to another delicious episode of the Produce Buzzers podcast, the show where we celebrate the colorful world of fruits and veggies and the people who love them and the people who make healthy eating delicious and fun. I'm your host, Edwin Stepp, and I'm joined by Teresa Nolan, the founder and president of Produce Buzz, along with Rick Stepp and Cynthia Benedetto, both contributing editors to Produce Buzz. Today, we have one of those people who make healthy eating delicious and fun. We're thrilled to welcome a guest who truly embodies the spirit of vibrant, healthy living. Chef Megan McCarthy, the creative force behind healthyeating101.com. Megan is an accomplished chef, educator, and healthy lifestyle expert who's been inspiring audiences to eat better and feel better through her cooking classes, TV appearances, and wellness events all across the country. From quick, nutritious meals you can make in 15 minutes to creative ways to get more greens, grains, and gorgeous produce onto your plate, Megan shows that healthy food doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be colorful, flavor, and fresh. We'll be talking with her today about her journey as a healthy chef, her favorite seasonal fruits and veggies, and some of her go-to recipes for busy families who still want to eat well. Plus, she'll share a few easy tips you can start using right now to make your kitchen a little greener and your meals a lot brighter. So grab your smoothie or your salad bowl. Let's get ready to be inspired, because this episode of the Produce Buzzers podcast is all about making healthy eating easy, joyful, and of course, delicious. Welcome to the show, Megan. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
You too.
We've met each other at various produce conferences over the past few years, and I've been trying to get you on and finally got you to agree. So thank you for doing that. We're going to dive into Healthy Eating 101 very soon. But first, I want to know more about Megan. What's your background? Where were you born and raised? Were your family involved in the food world before you became involved? Tell us everything about your background.
Well, I was born and raised in the great state of Minnesota.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's where Rick lives now.
Oh.
Brother Rick, he's calling in from Duluth.
Oh,
Duluth,
yeah.
Minnesota.
You probably know my buddies up there with the Epicurean cutting boards. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my
Tony Chirdelli.
My daughter-in-law's brother used to work for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Those guys, one of those guys went to high school with my sister. So, yeah. And we discovered that well into like them being successful with their brand and their cutting boards. And met them at a trade show. Where else do I meet all the coolest people, huh?
Well, what town or city did you grow up in Minnesota?
Winona, Minnesota. I was born in Minneapolis proper. Okay. And then my dad decided he wanted to raise all his 5 kids in a small town in Minnesota, and that's Winona, Minnesota, which is right along the Mississippi River. I grew up in a bubble. It was beautiful and just carefree, lovely. It was gorgeous. Hiking is my favorite sport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we grew up on the bluffs and we'd hike up and down. Okay. If we wanted candy or something from the store, we had to hike down.
Yeah.
I still do it today. I walk to 4 grocery stores in my current life here. So
to get candy? Because that's what Cynthia does.
That's what I would do.
I've switched it around a little bit. Okay. I carry vegetables.
There you go.
And fruits.
Excellent.
Heavy things. It's how you.
I was going to say, like, how do you? Yeah. So you're just shopping for a meal or two. So you can't do your big food shop.
Oh, my cooking classes. Yeah, I shop. I call it the perimeter, but it's the perimeter of. I have. I think I live in the most. There's got to be something to where I live because I live half a block from a Kroger, a block from a Whole Foods, 2 blocks from Trader Joe's, and 2 blocks from Aldi.
There you go.
So I
Perfect.
can do the lap. If somebody's out of something when I go there, I go to the next one, But I mean,
Where do you live now?
I live in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
So
Atlanta area, right?
Where did you
yeah.
go to culinary school?
I did not go to culinary school. I worked in the restaurant business.
Ah,
Yes, and catering. Yeah. So I started in the restaurant business when I was 16 years old. I was a car hop at a root beer stand that is still standing today.
Wow.
And only 3 people on this earth know the recipe for their root beer. And that's the 2 owners' sons who own it still, and the people who started it. And I was a little car hop.
Was that in
Nope.
does that mean
Minnesota?
that that's not like on roller skates or something? Is that?
I am young enough to not have used the roller skates. Okay. As I say,
Okay.
I'm not that old. So.
All right. So that brought us back to your early days. You were saying you were in Winona, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Now we know that you became a car hop at 16. What else can you
Yes.
tell us about your younger days?
Well, I also then worked in the fast food world of the one and only Hardee's. And
Really?
yeah, so my manager at the time, I was in high school, I'm like, hey, can I work the back of the house here? I want to, put out these burgers and stuff. And they're like, yeah, well, what is slow, because I was doing French fries and shakes up front, right? And I go jump in the back and I put in all the ingredients, you got to put out your buns and your burgers and, put them through this machine that, toasts the buns, and you take the buns and you put all the condiments on it real fast and you pop them in the clamshell and pop them down the chute, right? How hard could that be? Well, I'm like, okay, I do it so fast that I thought I miscounted the meat because 15 minutes later, everybody brings their bacon cheeseburger back with no meat in it.
So the opposite of Lucy and
the Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I was thinking maybe that was the start of my vegetarian lifestyle back then.
Yeah,
So.
you were already on your way.
And my manager was like, get back up front. Give me another chance.
Oh, that's neat. So at some point, okay, keep going.
I was going to say, after I went to college in marketing as well. So, and went to St. Thomas and I graduated from there and moved to Chicago. So my roommate from college is from Chicago, and we had more fun than we studied, of course.
That's what college is for.
Yeah, I think so. It was a really expensive way to have fun, but and then after college, I moved to Chicago, and the food business there is huge. So I worked in several restaurants and became front of the house, back of the house, under the house, bartender. So I did every aspect, and then I started hanging out in the health food stores, and I gotta do something different because it was just a natural way for me to be at a health food store all through the years there, and I happened to work at a vegan raw foods restaurant in Chicago and learned some other things. So and it was back when there were no vegans.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I know you're not too old. You look young, but I'm thinking vegan hasn't been real popular that long. Maybe 10 years or so. It really took
which
off.
is funny because I started my first business was called Megan's Vegans.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. So and I do
Vegans.
pronounce my name Megan. So
okay, yeah, I wondered about that. Sorry, I should have asked you, but
no,
as opposed to what?
Megan.
Megan. Yeah.
Some people
So Yeah, my mom was very adamant about that.
Yeah,
And I called it Megan's Vegans because it rhymed.
of
And
course.
I thought if I'm going to take phone calls from people who haven't met me, then I'll know that I haven't met them. You know?
Ah, that's a good
So
point.
it was
Yeah.
it was just kind of a thing. And then I moved to Atlanta, and I wasn't a vegan anymore. I don't know. I don't know what the South did to me, but yeah.
Well, everything's deep fried here, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't matter if
yeah,
it was
and
meat or vegetable, it tastes the same.
well, yeah. So, I got here and I thought, well, maybe the South needs some healthier options. And
Ah,
so then I changed my business to Healthy Eating 101.
okay. So
Yeah.
that's what inspired you. That was going to be one of my questions. What
Hmm.
inspired you? And I think that's a great reason. You get here, you see that at least what you're seeing out in the restaurants is not the
Hmm.
healthiest.
Yeah. We finally
And
have restaurants now here in Atlanta. So
yeah,
yeah.
right.
So when I moved here, it wasn't so much,
Yeah,
and I thought, well, I just gotta make it a broader capture of, healthy eating 101, and concentrating on just teaching people, basic stuff,
right.
you
So
know.
you started teaching. Did you create a website first and go out that way, or did you start classes first? Tell us about the
Oh
evolution.
yeah, I've been doing classes since 1997.
Wow.
So yeah, and I was doing a lot of vegan ones, but they weren't going over very well. So I really thought, I'm like, this vegan thing is just not going to catch on.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong. Yeah,
Ah,
and then I'm like, wait, vegan's going the wrong way.
yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't anticipating it being as strong as it is now. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I do both vegan classes and non-vegan classes. So,
Okay.
so everybody can be involved. So,
Right.
and the focus is all about getting fruits and vegetables, and getting, you know, real food into your everyday diet. And of course, the hashtag I started is fiber is the new fiber.
Say that again. I missed
Fiber,
it.
fiber is the
Is the
new
new.
fiber. So,
That's
yeah,
good. Yeah, because
yeah,
real fiber is the new fiber, right?
yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
because everybody was trying to launch products where you just take a teaspoon and mix it in water or something
oh,
and
yeah.
drink it. Oh, now I got my fiber, but
Oh,
that's not the way to get your fiber.
yeah, that's not real enjoyable.
No. So,
Ooh, wee little psyllium husk. Oh, I don't know.
so
Yeah.
tell us then, you start teaching, you're not online yet, or are you? I mean, that 97, internet was here, but it wasn't really
Oh,
much there.
yeah. I think I got my first email address in 1998.
Okay, so you were on
Yeah,
fairly
and I have the
early.
same one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you're teaching classes in the Atlanta area. How do you get that started before internet days?
Well, Whole Foods came along,
Yep.
and I was already teaching in Chicago. So when I at Whole Foods, and
Oh,
what
okay.
they would let me do at Whole Foods in Chicago, they just had a kitchen upstairs from the store, and I got to charge my own prices. They just like, here, you just use the room.
Use the kitchen. Wow.
Yeah, here are your people, and go have at it. Just buy all your ingredients here at Whole Foods. I'm like, oh, that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and then I moved to Atlanta, and a couple of the Whole Foods here had classes that they were
Okay.
offering, and so it was kind of that was kind of my little bridge
Right.
here. And there's just various cooking schools and different places that I like to do cooking classes at places, like olive oil and vinegar stores that have
Oh, that's a good
kitchens.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working at the Atlanta Botanical Garden in the
Right.
outdoor kitchen and edible garden since 2010. So
Yeah.
that has also been one of those places where I get to do my magic, that I like to call it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
create
Finish.
recipes from what's growing in the garden.
Right.
So
Tell us, that was one of my questions I had later down the line, but since you brought it up, first of all, let's talk about that botanical garden a little
mm,
bit and then transition into their edible garden, which is what you work from.
hmm Yeah. So the Atlanta Botanical Garden did a redo in like 2008, 2009, and then in 2010, they had built an outdoor kitchen and edible garden right within the botanical garden. And so we started doing classes. There were a couple of us chefs that kind of, started the program, and we created recipes based on an ingredient that was growing in the garden. Let's just say eggplant or whatever time of year. And they change out those gardens in the edible garden, like several times a season. Just,
Right.
When the tomatoes are done, nobody wants to look at dead tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's like, we're paying good money to come in here. Yeah. So
It could be sun-dried tomatoes by then, though.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So, and we have, perennials, we have annuals, things like that. And it's just a way to get inspired by what's growing in the garden or, growing in in the produce section of the grocery store. So I always try to make everything real accessible and easy to find at a regular store.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. People are coming there for that experience. They get in, they see it growing. They're infused. It's all around them. They get really immersed is the word I was looking for. But how often do you teach classes there? Is it quite often?
Well, the outdoor season is from May to October.
Okay.
So we just ended our season, and then kind of. They still have a few events, but we actually get cold here in Atlanta.
That's true.
So nobody wants to be outside cooking on those days. But so since 2010, so 15 years every summer season. So we do a regular program is on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, where I'm called the Edible Garden Chef. And there's a couple of us that switch out, and kind of inspire each other and, just come up with recipes, and everybody samples what we make. And it's just kind of a feel good kind of thing as people are walking through the edible garden.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. And
that will be a great experience. I'd like to come see that sometime.
Yeah. And then we, like during the week, we have the other programs where we get some of the restaurant chefs. They come in, they bring their crew, and some of them will do a 5-course meal. And I've done some of those over the years, and it's just a different. Mine's more intensive of just teaching how to make one recipe. Theirs is more like a 5-course. Here we're going to make not all the details are there because a lot of it's brought in and prepped in their commercial kitchens and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Fantastic. Yeah. You've had some appearances on TV. Tell us about that and other media. Other than this is the highlight of your media appearance.
This is
podcast.
I love
that.
This.
But I'm sure you've had some other exciting times too. So tell us about some of your other appearances.
Well, we used to be the hub for CNN, a channel called HLN, which is Headline News.
Right.
And I've been on there several times in the studio, and then sometimes out at a place called Cook's Warehouse, where the cooking school and a store and all. I call it my candy store because
healthy eating. Let's talk about that. Now, you chose that as your name. It's obvious. It makes sense. It's easy to understand. But how do you define healthy eating in a world where there's so much conflicting nutritional advice?
Oh, how does that nutritional advice get so conflicted? Well, there's a couple of parts. Sometimes I wish I would have just had a little bit bigger umbrella, just more like healthy lifestyle 101. But who's to say what is a healthy lifestyle? But at the time, I was really just focused on the food. Fruits and vegetables mainly, and I'm a recovering vegan, so I understand the vegan plight.
Yeah.
But it's I didn't want to uninclude anybody. I wanted to include. I wanted to take that vegan box and kind of break away the barriers that whether you are vegan or not, we can all get along, right?
Yeah.
So and cooking in a way that, the cheese is on the side, or the salmon can be on the side, when we still have a basis of cooking, great food, and just, just an elevated food experience in a healthy way that isn't so complicated. And I think because we put these frameworks on, I eat this way, or I'm a vegan, I'm a paleo, blah, 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 I'm gluten-free. You put all these labels on it, and then you're like, even me, I'm like, well, what can you eat? So I actually came up with a thing here. I'm going to grab it underneath. I have it framed, and I bring it to all my classes. I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, we can't really read it very well, but
I'll explain
it looks impressive.
The colors, because I see all the colors behind you on your screen.
Yeah.
So what I did is, it's Chef Megan's daily lifestyle foods, and these are all the things you get to eat. Right. So we're so bombarded with all the things you can't eat, or you shouldn't eat, or don't, whatever parameters you're working with. I'm like, how about we come up with a framework of all the things we do get to eat? So I've got a whole list here. This is the longest one. This is Rockstar Veggies, and Gorgeous Greens. I have Beverage Station, Berry Good, Flirty Fruits, right in the middle. Yeah, Happy Fats, because fats do make us happy.
Right.
Amazing Antioxidants in this little circle here, like dark chocolate, dates, honey, and red wine.
Okay.
Very important, right in the center.
Right.
Flashy flavors like basil, cilantro, garlic, ginger, hot pepper, things like that. Right. Over here, I got sexy nuts and seeds. And down here, I got go with the grain, just amaranth, black rice, farro, millet, quinoa, that kind of thing. Right. Premier proteins. So it does have, salmon, pinto beans, kefir, garbanzos, eggs, so it's not quite vegan, and Greek yogurt. And then down here, I have nuttier butters, almond butter, cashew butter, coconut butter. So tahini. And to me, it's kind of like the same concept of, working in the botanical garden. These are all the foods we get to eat, or creating something with an idea of,
that is brilliant. I think that is excellent, and it's colorful, easy to remember, very clever headings, titles.
Thank you.
Maybe you should put it in a pyramid. That could be the new food pyramid.
Yes. I just have to reshape it. Yeah. Well, at the top of the pyramid will be that my favorite little category of amazing antioxidants.
Yeah, chocolate, red wine. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I guess I feel like I spent so much of my younger years worrying about the foods, or just, trying to lose weight and trying to do this and have energy. And now I don't have to think about it as much. It's just a natural way of being. So,
right. Well, it sounds like at the core of your healthy eating paradigm, if that's the right term, maybe not, but at the core of your philosophy, healthy eating, are fresh fruits and vegetables, no matter what else you want to put around it.
Yes.
That's our mission here. We don't try to push any kind of special diet. We're not doctors, we're not nutritionists, so we don't want to get into that realm. But we know all the evidence is out there that if you get more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet, you're gonna be healthier. So we line up perfectly there.
And I'm also an ambassador with the Foundation for Fresh Produce. So
great.
Yeah. So we create I give them recipes, and there's mostly registered dietitians with that group. But
I've been to their conference a few times.
Oh, I probably met you there then.
We may have met. That's great. You're working with them. We've had them. Well, when Capsa was running it, we had her on as a guest.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, she was.
She's just lovely.
Okay, well that's good. So, what are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about healthy eating? And
well, the number one is they think it's not going to taste good.
Right.
So then you bring in your little chef skills and let's figure out a way to make this taste good.
Very
Of
good.
course, my favorite ingredient, sea salt. That I mean, I've created a food group. It's called Olive Oil, Garlic, and sea salt.
There you go.
It's just its own.
Yeah. Well, what is
Right.
it they say? We're salt, fat, and sugar. Those are the three things we crave. And
Yeah, nobody craves acid, or bitter.
well, I
Yeah.
do like vinegar. I
Yes.
like vinegary things, pickles,
Oh yeah.
mustards, balsamic vinegar is great. So
Mm,
I do kind of, if you consider that acid, I do crave that.
yeah.
Some
And
people,
I crave even just lemon water. I mean, like fresh lemon
yeah,
juice in my water. Just I kind of you almost like feel it working throughout your body.
right. That's
And
true. It's so refreshing too.
yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. And helps move things along.
Yeah. Well, that has got to be the biggest obstacle to people eating healthy is, oh, this is not
Hmm.
going to taste good. Sometimes it's the time it takes to prep,
Hmm.
which I know you're trying to give people quick and easy ways to make it taste good and make it easy and quick.
Yeah.
But that's not really a misconception. I guess that's what I'm telling you about now is more of an obstacle to healthy.
Well,
Talk
until
about that.
somebody sometimes gets a diagnosis that is not favorable, then they start paying attention to the things
Right.
that they're eating, and then if we just kind of back it up a few years, I've been doing this since my 20s,
Mm.
so it's kind of you know,
Yeah.
I I made I when I was first doing this, and my family of origin was not believing in the same things at the time, that I was like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I became the shooter, but
Uh,
you can't push people. And
right.
eventually my siblings all jumped in, and, except when I wanted to make mock mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving.
Uh-oh.
My brother-in-law is from Ireland.
Ireland.
He wanted spuds. These are not
That's funny.
spuds.
That's
Get
hilarious.
out.
Very good accent there.
Yeah.
What was the ingredient that you disguised as a mashed potato?
Oh, cauliflower.
That's what I
Yeah.
figured.
I made them taste delicious. Are you kidding? They're whipped cauliflower mashed potatoes. It's
Yeah.
the best. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a texture though that puts people off, I think.
Well, yeah. And to me, I had the opposite problem. When I eat some forms of potatoes, it fills up my stomach so much that I don't have room for anything else. And it just kind of sits in there like a lead balloon.
all right.
So just particular potatoes. And, if you're eating somewhere else, you don't necessarily know what kind of potatoes they're like. Sweet potatoes all day long for me.
Right.
I'm a
Yes.
big sweet potato fan. So,
Yeah. Yep.
and
Agreed.
they fill me up completely different than a white potato. So,
Mm. Yeah, that's true. They
yeah.
do. I haven't
Yeah.
eaten as many sweet potatoes to the point that I was so full, but I have with other potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
grew up eating potatoes. I grew up in
Right.
Minnesota, right? I had an Irish Catholic family, and my dad had a lot of kids. So
Yeah.
potatoes here.
Right. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that about, you got kind of preachy, it sounds like. You were this newly converted believer,
Hmm.
and you saw the results and you became evangelical, I think, and you were out ready to preach it. And when we decided to do this podcast, we said, we want to have fun.
Hmm.
We're not going to preach. This is not going to be your mother saying, eat your vegetables. And
Yeah. Oh.
so we said, let's have fun with it. All we want to do is get people thinking about fruits and vegetables. Just get them on their minds and have
Right.
fun and joke around a lot. And we play trivia games here sometimes, that kind of thing.
Oh.
Just fun. So it sounds like you do that too. That chart you showed us, that's fun and
Yeah.
entertaining. And it's positive. It's not negative. So
Right.
that's a great, I think our philosophies line up quite a bit.
And so far, that has not been on Google or anywhere because I haven't put it out there that way.
You gotta trademark it. That's what you
Well,
need to do. That's
what?
not an inexpensive process. You,
No, it's
you
not.
can copyright something just by putting a copyright. You probably know all
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
You can copyright it, just put the copyright symbol on it.
Right.
But trademarking will protect it even more. I don't know
Right.
if you've gone down that line or not.
Well, and it's kind of funny because over the course of time, some of those ingredients change, because, they get villainized and they're unpopular or they're
Oh,
super
that's true.
popular,
Yeah,
like,
right.
I mean, one day, if anything happens to my beloved avocado, I'm, taking
That's
names
good.
and number.
Oh, we think alike.
Okay.
That's ambrosia to me, the fruit of the
Yeah.
gods. I mean, it's like I could
Yes.
eat avocados, probably
Oh.
nothing else.
Oh, I have the best combo of my hard-boiled eggs and ripe avocado
Oh,
mixture
really?
instead of mayo, and just enough salts, and
Oh,
you can. Oh my gosh, I just
that's
use the
interesting.
the avocado as the
Right.
mayo. Yeah. So.
Cynthia makes a great chocolate pudding with
Ooh.
avocado
Oh
and
yeah, the
sweet
mousse.
potatoes. No sugar,
Yeah.
no oil. Just
Okay.
it's somewhere on our website. You could look at it. But
Okay.
you're muted. You're muted, Cynthia. Tell us about your
It's
chocolate
sweet
pudding.
potato with avocado.
Right.
Oh, yum.
And of
And
course, some chocolate.
of
Yeah, oh
course,
yeah. I mean, come
yeah.
on. Like,
But
You
there's
know,
no refined sugar or oils in it, correct, Cynthia?
might be like a little maple, but I'm not a
Oh,
big maple syrup kind of person or like
yeah,
honey. I don't think it doesn't give me what I want for sweetness, so I'm like, forget it.
right.
But
yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, that just reminded me of like pumpkin spice,
Yeah.
which is it's a misnomer because it's not. There's no pumpkin in pumpkin
Right,
spice.
right.
It's the combo that we connect with pumpkin, but
Right.
I use it in everything. So I make these chocolates with cacao powder, um, almond butter, and coconut oil, and I mix it up. I put a little bit of monk fruit drops in there for the
Fruit.
sweetener. Yeah,
Yeah.
liquid monk fruit. And
Oh,
about 10 drops. It's kind of like has the strength of stevia, but it doesn't have the aftertaste that stevia does.
interesting.
I think monk fruit is an amazing sweetener.
Yes, and exactly. And well, so I finally put in the pumpkin spice with that chocolate. I'm like, I've got a whole new chocolate. And you got to keep them in the freezer because of the coconut oil,
Mm.
but I call them fat bombs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they're so delicious. But adding that pumpkin spice, just I'm like, why haven't I done this before? Because I put pumpkin spice in yogurt and those kinds of things, and
Yeah.
put it on squash when I bake
Right.
squash, and
Yeah,
it's just
that's I always laugh when the pumpkin spice things start showing up in the fall. I go, there's
uh,
nothing pumpkin about it. It's just what is it? Nutmeg? What is it? Basically, nutmeg,
uh,
cinnamon,
ginger and
ginger.
clove, and
Okay.
and sometimes cardamom. It's just like
Yeah.
everybody has their own little recipe. Like a curry is always a blend.
Right.
But
Right.
the pumpkin spice, I'm telling you, because not only is the ginger and the cinnamon, but the clove.
The clove.
Clove
That's
is
very
like,
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Edwin, I don't know if I told you about clove water when I just saw you last. I've been
It
doing
doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
well. I do about 12 cloves, whole cloves,
Yeah.
and just make it like tea. I just put it in a ball jar and I just kind of set it on the counter and let it steep. And
So you
it
don't have
is.
to heat it up or anything. It
Mm-mm.
just
No,
infuses water.
yeah, and just let it sit, and I'll let it sit overnight, or you drink it before you go to bed, or just like whatever. It just gives water a better flavor, but also has some properties in the cloves that are
Right.
very healing. Um,
And help you sleep
yeah,
better?
it just, I mean, I could read the list of things that cloves do, but
Okay.
uh, where is that list? Clove water. Okay, helps with digestion, parasites, blood sugar, antioxidants, clear skin, sleep and nerves, joint pain, and this is the kicker, mouth and gums. So you
Hmm.
take clove water, put it and hold it in your mouth.
Mhm.
It's like the original mouthwash,
Interesting.
and it numbs your gums.
Oh
So
yeah, I can imagine that because I know when I've had cloves, sometimes it does kind of numb me.
yeah, it's the original like 100 some years ago. That's what they used,
Right.
for mouth pain.
And
So,
very natural.
yeah.
Completely
Yeah.
natural. Well, you
But-
gave us some really interesting thoughts about cloves there and what these can do for you. You talk about food as energy
Mhm.
a lot. Can you share some of your favorite ways to boost energy naturally?
I
Not what is that drink? A Red Bull, not Red.
Oh yeah, no, mine. Well, actually, I was in where was I? Oh, I was on vacation this summer in Montana Montana or Idaho, right? Oh, it's all right there, Yellowstone. I mean, I don't know what state I was
Somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. You can't tell where the
somewhere.
state line is.
Yeah, I mean, a bison looked like bison, and wherever you go. Anyway, we were staying at this cabin, and we had to shop before we went because we kind of were there for 5 days and bought all the food and then didn't have to go to the grocery store. Anyway, I came up with a drink that I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's kombucha and kefir.
Oh,
So I don't know what it does, except that they both have probiotics in them.
right.
And I like the more berry flavors of kombucha anyway, but you can get a berry flavored kefir or a plain flavored kefir. And it's kind of like, it reminds me, not the flavor, but the texture of a root beer float. So
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm kind of calling it a booch float.
Booch float. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could put some vanilla yogurt in there if you have just regular yogurt or whatever. But I had one this morning and I'm like, you talk about energy. Kombucha does have a little caffeine in it. So,
well, when you first mentioned it, I thought the fizziness of kombucha and the milk-based kefir or whatever, goat or milk, but I thought that's not. Then when you mentioned root beer float, I went, oh,
yeah,
of course, there's a precedent for this. So that makes sense. So
and it's
booch
delicious.
Float.
A booch float, yeah.
Very good. Well, what other kinds of recipes have you come up with recently that you think our listeners would love to hear about? Some creative.
Well, I just made this recipe yesterday, and it's a tomato sauce. You're just for your spaghetti, and it's just a simple sauce from the old school, but I roast the tomatoes instead. So
okay, so you're making it from fresh tomatoes, not canned.
Correct. Yeah. So
what variety of tomatoes do you like to use for that?
Well, for that one, I like to use the Romas. So it's so Italianish. It's maybe grown in America, but with Italian roots. Italian vines. How about that?
Right.
But it to me, simplifying these recipes where you can make it in, it doesn't take 3 hours to make, or Sunday supper, we make Nana sauce and it takes all day. It's like, well, none of us have all day to do that. But I mean,
does roasting them speed it up some, or is that just for flavor?
It actually flavors it up for me. Right. Because I'm just quartering those the Romas and tossing those with onions and garlic and just roasting that with olive oil and salt, and then putting it in the blender and adding some fresh basil and stuff. And you're just making it simple and so delicious. I had to eat the whole bowl because I don't typically. I got some really good spaghetti noodles. I forget about good old spaghetti just because I don't eat a lot of pasta. But I couldn't stop eating it.
Okay, bottle it up, Megan.
I know.
I'll give you my address. Send it. Come on.
Yeah, we've got friends that come over like, hey, I would pay you to make this for me. I said, I will teach you how to make it.
There you go.
So I mean, it's really it's so different because yes, I can make stuff. I have classes and to teach you only because that's more sustainable than me making it for you. If I go on vacation, there's nobody here for me to make it for you. So
Teresa's got a question.
I want to know what your portion is on that. How much onion to the tomato to the garlic?
I used 6 Romas, 1 onion, 5 garlic cloves, give or take more or less, depending on your love of garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and crushed chili flake. I can send you the recipe. So,
Oh, we love
yeah,
that.
yeah, and
You're
and then
gonna have a video of this soon, you said.
yes, I'll have a
So we'll have to-
video as soon as I finish editing it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you've filmed it, you've taped it already. You just need
Yeah.
to edit it. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
gotta put in some punchy stuff in there.
Yeah, of course, of
Can
course.
we
Because
find that at your website?
it'll be there eventually. Yeah, it'll
The web address again is
healthyeating101.com.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Go there. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good recipes there, a lot of healthy and helpful information. You
Yeah.
can check that out. Well, you talk about teaching. You said don't make it for them, and you said you told your friend, I'll just teach you how to do it. That's the old principle of teaching a man to fish versus giving him a fish. Which
Yes.
is great.
Hey, I could wear the bracelet. WWMD. What would Megan do?
Oh, there you go. I like that.
It's a little sacrilege here in the South, but
No, that's good. So teaching, but you have a program that you do for companies and corporations.
Yeah,
I believe
do.
it's called, what's it called?
Well, I do lunch and learns.
Lunch and Learn.
Yeah, and we're just kind of trying to go into companies during their lunch hour, set it up where I'll do 3 recipes in an hour. It's pretty simple stuff. I might use a blender or a food processor, but everything's just plug in.
Right.
Well, if I bring my my burner, I can make something that way as well.
Yeah.
Just need a table and an outlet is what I say.
Yeah.
So and then everybody samples it.
Right. What's the goal behind that? Why would a company want to have you come in at lunchtime?
Well, they all have programs for health and wellness.
Okay.
So your HR people are
Right.
looking for cool things to do. I had a group of IT people, all about 30 years old, and a couple, like a month ago, they were so well behaved, I couldn't believe it. They're just used to, but it's at their office, so it's a benefit for them. HR loves it because it kees them in the mindset of health and wellness and,
Right.
doing active, proactive things where they learn stuff. And I mean, the whole point of a lunch and learn is not just lunch, but for them to learn something or just a takeaway. So there's nutrition aspect, there's technique aspects, there's, just kitchen protocol.
Yeah.
It's amazing having as many classes as I do. And I just won best cooking classes in Atlanta.
Oh, wow. Well,
Wow.
congratulations.
Again.
Okay. And again, it's not the first time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a Hall of Fame? I think you're headed for the Hall of Fame.
I gotta
First
make
ballot.
a wall here. But somebody nominates you and then people vote and
Yeah. Well, that's
wow.
great.
Yeah,
Congratulations on
it's
that.
kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm just out there doing my thing,
Right.
and it's really
Well, I think that's, back to the company thing for just a minute, because obviously a lot of companies, I imagine companies that provide some health insurance for their employees. This is very beneficial for them to keep them healthy, so the costs are kept low. But also for the employees, they're being inspired to cook at home more. And I think that's one of the biggest problems for people eating healthy, especially if you're a busy executive or in a company that really you got to work a lot of hours. You're going to eat out a lot. And that's not the easiest. That really can put a wrench in your healthy eating.
And I feel like I believe in this so much of teaching people, how to fish. And I do have a family full of teachers, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Every day is a new challenge. We come up with something on repeat or something new. So I always tell people to have at least 5 go-to recipes where you don't need a recipe.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us. Can you tell us some of those, or a few of those, or 1 or 2 of them?
I kind of base it on now because I'm a recovering vegan. I have a protein in there, a chicken, fish, meat of some sort. I call that a solid protein, just because it's not like chicken Alfredo mixed all in there with a million other things, but kind of keeping the protein with vegetables and just and making the vegetables the carb. Sometimes maybe something gentle like quinoa or something like that. But when you have full on the meat and potatoes, which we said earlier, or the pasta and the meat, it's like have one or the other, because your digestion, it's not meant to do everything all at once. So and the order that you eat your foods too. So
that's interesting. Give us a little go into that a bit.
Well, the breads, when you go to a restaurant and they give you the bread basket at first, it's like the worst thing you could do.
Oh, interesting.
but I at least put butter on it. So,
right.
But it's to eating your carbs last.
Okay.
And filling up on your plain protein and your vegetables first.
Right.
That way your digestion can handle those things together. If you have your meat with a starchy potato, those are going to compete in your digestion.
Oh.
And then one of them is going to win, and it's probably going to be the potato. So, so it's just, and I noticed I started noticing it a long time ago that's when I kind of discovered potatoes just kind of sit in me. So, and so I'm like, well, maybe I should just not eat those kinds of potatoes.
Right.
But
the bread and pasta can do that too. So
yeah, exactly. So
right.
I do a lot of I keep looking at the cabbage on the back of your screen.
Oh yeah.
The red cabbage is like one of my favorite vegetables too. I make cabbage steaks and I roast them.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it's like the greatest vegetable.
Yeah, I love red cabbage and stuff, and a sauerkraut made from it, or the way they make it.
Yeah.
The way they make it, it's often a side dish in German. I've spent a fair amount of time in Germany.
Sure.
It's often a side dish there that's kind of sweet and vinegary. Warm, usually served warm.
Yeah.
That's really great. So yeah. And I shred it up in every salad and everything.
Oh yeah. Plus it's pretty, and so it's good. It's easy on the eyes. As you say.
Sorry, Rick, I interrupted you. You had a question.
How do you cook those cabbage steaks?
Well, I slice them thin, or you can kind of make a nice thin wedge as well. So if you do a whole slice like that, then your cabbage is all intertwined. So when you go to eat it after it's cooked, it kind of almost becomes like a spaghetti noodle, like trying to twirl it around your fork. But or if you half that and then make half, probably about half inch, 3/4 inch steak, keep it all together, lay it on a sheet pan, brush it with olive oil and seasoning, and then put it in the oven for at least 15 minutes. It's a very fast vegetable to break down. And
is that 400?
Yeah, 400. And I am telling you, pull that out. It transforms the cabbage. It's, it doesn't squeak when you chew it anymore. And it also breaks it down. It actually, it's much more purple color. And I put a little balsamic vinegar on there and maybe some goat cheese. It's like a delicacy. It's that one's on my website. I believe it is. Okay. And then I do the same.
I just got this chocolate balsamic vinegar. So that would be like,
yeah. I go,
I've made cauliflower steaks before.
Yes. I have a cauliflower waiting in my fridge right now.
Just for that? You make steaks out of it? Yeah.
I do.
That came out pretty well.
I tried to do that, and it did not speak to me. So I must have either not really seasoned it that well. And my husband, who will eat anything at least once and then go like, okay, you got to like dump it, or like, no, I'll keep eating it. He's like, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Then the signs.
I can't get my family to eat cauliflower. I'm struggling with that one.
Try the cauliflower soup, curried cauliflower soup. It's on my website.
Soups are great. Yeah,
it is. it converts the cauliflower. People, they don't even know it's cauliflower. And curry, also all those good warming spices.
Right. Do you puree it down so there's no texture? Yeah.
Yep. And I put coconut milk in it. So you can use a chicken stock or a veggie stock. But
the curry and the coconut milk together, that's awesome. Thai food sound.
Yeah. So that's actually one of the recipes that I do on a pretty regular basis because, it's in one of my cooking classes, but it's also when the cooking class is over and I have leftovers, Megan gets to eat.
You have a doggy bag.
Yeah.
I will try that recipe and I'll get back to you.
Yes. Yeah. I put it in the Vitamix. If you use a hand blender,
do a stick.
Yeah, you can. It just doesn't maybe break down as smooth as a blender.
Do you just put them in florets and then cook it that way and cook it down?
Well, I use my Dutch oven and I cook the
entire
onions.
head. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Well, yeah, but I break it down. Yes, I break it down into florets. So I do use an entire head of cauliflower, and it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving because it makes a nice size batch, so you can store it in the fridge and eat it all week. And
how does it freeze?
I haven't frozen it. I probably wouldn't freeze it just because I get I think that's like the number one question I get. How does that freeze? And on some things I just don't.
Well, we should probably let you go. It's been, we've kept you for a while. This has been a lot of fun.
Likewise.
And,
yeah.
So unless our produce buzzers have any other questions or comments.
No, I'm just looking at the roasted cauliflower soup. So you roast it.
Well, there's two. I have there's a stovetop one and then there's a roasted one. The roasted cauliflower I don't think has the does that have the curry in it? The roasted one? You could do it too.
Negative. Nope.
Yeah, so I do the stovetop one with curry. Just because, good 2 tablespoons of curry in there, and there's so much flavor to it, and you could do either way. I would go with the curry.
I'd love to add like that into the rotation, so I will try it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let me know. Yeah,
absolutely.
I like it pureed as much as possible because and then you could. I did do a stick blender a couple weeks ago, and my client did, and she didn't get it. I still ran it through the blender afterwards.
Yeah.
So
we're going to let you go, Megan.
Okay.
But there's something we do here at the Produce Buzzers podcast that I didn't tell you about ahead of time because if I told you, you wouldn't have come on.
Sorry.
It's not on the list.
It's not on the list. This is a ritual we make our guests go through every time on the Produce Buzzers podcast.
Okay.
And I hate to tell you, but it's very painful. Very painful. So here's the deal. Teresa loves puns. And she brings a pun to each episode that we torture our guests and our listeners with. We punish them with the puns. And they're always bad. So that's why it's painful.
Oh, these are kind of like dad jokes, but puns.
Yeah, they're dad jokes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're even worse than dad
Yeah,
jokes.
sometimes,
And believe me, I'm a dad. I got criticized for my jokes all the time. But anyway, so now these puns are usually in the form of a question. So Teresa sets the story up, and then she asks us a question. We try to guess what the punny answer is before she reveals it.
Okay.
So we kind of have a little fun and see if we can guess it. I'm really bad at it. Rick and Cynthia do pretty well, but no pressure. We're not gonna buzz you, or you're not gonna lose points.
So we're all doing trying to guess.
Yeah. Okay. You got.
I've got teammates.
Yeah. Teresa tells it, so she already knows the answer, so she can't guess. But the rest of us try to guess. We don't know what it's going to be. Okay. So, are you ready? We call this segment, by the way, Homegrown. It's bad already, isn't it? Okay. Teresa, what is our homegrown for this week?
Well, why did the former carnivore, new convert to veganism, fail at his attempt to change his diet?
Okay, so the new carnivore,
Former carnivore.
Former carnivore. Now
Turned vegan.
Turned vegan.
Failed in his attempt to, what did you say exactly?
Change his diet.
Change his diet. Okay. All right.
Are we supposed to guess?
Yeah, try to guess.
It wasn't immediate.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Fun, yeah.
I like that.
Immediate.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe let's just keep that answer on reserve because if it's,
Yeah.
if
It could
Teresa's
be
like
better.
in true form, we'll keep hers.
New vegan. No, former carnivore. Former
No.
carnivore.
She said new carnivore.
No.
No.
Former
Former
carnivore.
Former.
New convert
New
to
convert
veganism.
Let's see. Rick, you're silent. This is a hard one. I got to say, this is one of our hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Because he wanted to kill himself?
Oh no. That's probably really
And that would be
realistic.
accurate. If I had to be vegan, I'd just kill myself.
Yeah.
There's no, that's not very punny at all, isn't it?
He couldn't have his honey. No.
Couldn't have his cake and eat it too.
His
Couldn't have
punny honey.
Well, I think we're flunking out.
I'm tapping out.
Okay.
All right. Tell us what it is.
Well, it was because preparing all the produce was appealing, but it was baking his heart.
Oh,
Teresa, that was terrible. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, we're keeping Megan's answer.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I told you it was painful.
Yeah,
Now, if you'd known that, you would have definitely not come on, would you? No, I'm out.
I think she likes
the baby's
puns.
crying. Shut
up.
Yeah, I bet she does like puns. She seems like somebody who would.
Yeah, she does. She's a
pocket.
Wonderful personality. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All those headings for your chart were they weren't really puns, but they were very clever.
Well, flirty fruits and, gorgeous.
Alliterative is the
The
word.
sexy seeds.
Sexy seeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the only one I remember.
That's the one I had to change what I originally had. I was sexy.
Please,
sexy. I was going to say sexy nuts and seeds, but sexy nuts might.
No. Yeah, because you know what?
Yeah.
Nuts are not very.
Yeah, I tried to keep it G-rated, right? Yeah.
No, it's just empirically speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Rockstar Veggies is my favorite. So
Yeah,
that is good. That is good.
Everybody wants rockstar status, right? So,
right. And yet that was your
I'd rather
longest
be the
list
sexy
too.
seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that somewhere.
Yeah.
So get it trademarked so it's protected.
I will.
And then let's
Thank
see
you.
it.
Yeah. It is
awesome.
great.
Can you get that website one more time, Edwin?
Okay, healthyeating101.com. That's where you want to go for great recipes, inspiration. Make your meals easy, fun, delicious, all of that from Megan McCarthy. So thank you, Megan, for joining us.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to meet all of you. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Produce Buzzers podcast, brought to you by Produce Buzz, the gathering place for lovers of fresh fruits and veggies. We hope you were entertained a bit and educated a lot about fresh produce. Be sure to join us next time, and please tell your friends to do so as well. Like, share, and comment on our Produce Buzz Facebook page. And check out our website at www.producebuzz.com. There you will find articles about fresh fruits and veggies, how to select, store, and prepare them, as well as lots of interesting facts about all the wonderful bounty the earth provides for us. Until next time, be fruitful and don't forget to veg out.